One of the reasons for setting up the blockchain system is because we're wanting to create an individual jacket for an entity. So if a customer comes to us and says, we would like to do the following, Jack, we will create their own jacket for them, which actually gives them information on an ecosystem through an ERP platform that says to them, this is your data, you own this data, and this data is not available to anybody else. And we have all of the blockchain system and security set so that that is the case. If you take it further, we're one of the only companies now, not only in Canada, but I would say on a global basis, that is talking about data governance. So we believe in the next, certainly the next 5 to 10 years, data capture is important, but it is who owns that data that is the key question. So in France, where we've got a national system now for dairy cattle, they are actually working very strongly to sell data, and we have been assisting them not only from their own perspectives of protection on how to sell that data and where the income from that data goes. Does it go back to the individual farm that created the data or stored the data? And our governance program at the moment is very comprehensive, and we believe that we will probably get to a point where we partner with John Deere on this initiative. They are leading the world today in precision agriculture and data ownership, data governance, data law. We've been to see many investors in the recent months, and one particular investor was a Dutch gentleman. He was very tall, and we managed to predict not only his weight but his height very accurately. We told him that he had arthritis in 2 of his joints and that he'd recently got over a cold. So we believe all these technologies are applicable to human and human diagnostics. For example, at the moment in oncology, in the care of cancer, you can have a very quick heads up on whether somebody has an underlying issue and whether that underlying issue could potentially be cancer. Because the way in which the cameras work, not only do they actually look at sequentially over time building growth model, so they can actually see if something's growing or the animal's growing or a growth is growing, but they can also look at hot spots within the body to identify where there may be potential issue. We've had people, Italian company interested in footwear, asked whether they could use our cameras to 3-dimensionally scan feet to produce lasts, and then they wanted to 3D print these lasts instead of going through what is a quite laborious process of manufacturing high-end, a wooden last. We have had interest from the Bill Gates Foundation. They're looking at stunted growth in small children. There are so many applications. Our biggest challenge is making sure that we stick to what we know best, which is the sector of agriculture and veterinary science, and that we use a user model to look at these technologies going into other industries. We have applications now and algorithms for gas and oil and water on land, many applications. The problem is really just concentrating on what we know best, making sure we get good traction with it.